Welcome to this snackable episode of Always in Escrow. I'm Colby Burchin.
And this is Sarina Appel. Today we're diving into a bite-sized conversation packed with inspiration and insights from the founders of the Bering Sea Crab Fishermen's Tour. Whether you're on a quick break or need a dose of motivation, this episode delivers the perfect mix of grace, intention, and actionable ideas to fuel your journey toward abundant living and aspirational lifestyles. Colby, let's get into it.
I have to tell you, speaking to both of them, I was right away thrown into my summer last summer where I went on their tour, and it was an experience, Serena, like no other.
It's unbelievable. So take me back a minute. You planned this epic adventure for your family to Alaska.
Yes.
You were on a cruise. You had planned it. Every day was planned perfectly. And then you received a recommendation from someone on the crew there on the cruise.
So, Serena, what's so funny about cruising is people book months in advance these excursions. I didn't know what to book. I had no. So I got on board and I was trying to look through the book, which again, it's foreign to me. I didn't understand it. And I happened to get one of these experienced people on board, and he told me he just went on last week this crabbing tour excursion. It was the best tour, and he's in the cruise industry. So I figured, how bad can it be? Serena, by far, my kid's best memory of the whole trip. It was incredible seeing bald eagles, crabs that you got to hold. They had these crabbing nets that are in the water that they pull up. The sea was calm. And then on top of it, we're in a boat that was in Deadliest Catch, the TV show. It was beyond, it was crazy.
So your passion for that experience, it really it echoes the same passion that Dave and Madison came to the table with of their experience creating this tour, living this life, what they do every day. Every tour is unique. I mean, it's incredible the kind of nature that and the experience, and they have a lot of stories and they are willing to share them.
Yeah, and he has such experience, and I love that it's a daughter-father, combo situation working together. She runs the business, but his stories, he's official. He said on the podcast, he's been doing this 45 years, and he wanted to give back to people like me and you to show a little glimpse of how they work it. And you might get a humpback whale, a killer whale, he said, a sea lion's, definitely a bald eagle or two. I mean, that's worth it.
So, towards the end of the episode, we talked about kind of the experience that you can buy some food, you have some merch and all of that. And it really got me remembering an epic event that I hosted many years ago.
Yeah.
I represented the Alaska Sea Bering Fishermen's Crab Tour. It wasn't a tour, it was the association.
Okay.
The idea was that they would come to New York, take over the James Beard House, host a crab boil. So what they did was they flew in all of this delicious Alaskan crab, which I had the pleasure of enjoying alongside Martha Stewart herself.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. I mean, they were showcasing these massive, huge crab, and Martha was into it. And then we sat down and had this boil where it was pretty much like newspapers on the table, getting down and dirty with pretty much the freshest crab boil I'd ever tasted. So it reminded me of that and kind of just full circle, right? Talking about your experience and then eating the seafood and just enjoying that moment. I mean, I could taste it in my mouth. It was just so memorable.
I tasted it on board. They sell it on board. It's so sweet, and it's like no other. You think you've had seafood, you got to go there. You got to go to Alaska.
Yeah. I had crab legs in my freezer. I didn't keep them for long because I knew how fresh they were, but we did have them frozen and then we enjoyed it. I don't remember who came over. If you were in town, I'm sure you would have had it too. But it was so quick to steam them, just dip in a little bit of butter and enjoy.
Getting hungry now.
Me too. Well, I love this snackable episode. Thank you so much, and more from us soon.
See you soon.